And so my parents like rushed me to the ER, and I was like, felt like I was on my deathbed.
Before I had the right diagnosis, I saw 8 to 10 different doctors.
On my worst day, it's like having a really bad flu. It's hard for me to do anything at all. It's hard for me to even be upright. And the fatigue is just insurmountable.
On my worst day, I almost pass out about 25 times a day.
On my worst day, it isn't just about one symptom in particular, but about all of my symptoms combined, and that prevents me from even getting out of bed without assistance.
Dysautonomia is an umbrella term to describe any disorder of the autonomic nervous system. The first time I heard the word dysautonomia, it was from a young neurologist who was visiting my hospital bed, and my primary doctor asked for his opinion.
I had never heard that word before, but I became very sick. I went 28 days vomiting. By that Thursday, I passed out 8 times, and by Saturday, it was over 30 times. And so I immediately was put into the hospital, and I sat there for 6 weeks undiagnosed. Could it be POTS? Could it be dysautonomia? Oh no, that's rare. It's not that. No one ever really has that. And come to find out, that's exactly what I had.
I had never seen a patient with dysautonomia in my life before Kelly. Dysautonomia is a dysfunction in your autonomic nervous system. And we knew about the autonomic nervous system, and we knew that it malfunctions in many conditions like diabetes and Parkinson's disease, but we didn't know that it was happening to people that were much younger for apparently no reason at all at that time. Dysautonomia is not taught in medical school. And because of that, doctors just don't know about it. And if you don't know about it, you don't know what to look for. And that's why it can be very difficult to diagnose.
So they were really just kind of sending me everywhere. They're like, we don't know what's wrong with you, but we're gonna see if maybe somebody else does. Just pretty much like they were just checking off boxes. My senior year was really, really rough. I spent a lot of time in that nurse's office, and one of the days she pulled out the Dysautonomia book, and she's like, you can take that home with you. It was helpful at the time. It really made me feel like there were people out there that did know what they were talking about, even though I had never encountered them.
So the real reason I wrote the book was because I was learning all this information about autonomic nervous system disorders, and so few doctors knew about it. Other patients needed to know too, and they needed a tool that they could take to their doctor. Well, last year, we hit the 20,000 mark of books that were either sold or distributed and donated. And so it's been sold in every state in the country, and in many countries, we've had requests for it to be translated into 5 other languages, and the reaction has been phenomenal.
That book is what has got me here today. If anyone needs a story, I feel like it's myself. I went from being in a wheelchair, not being able to stand or walk, and now I'm here, vertical, able to do what I love, and back twirling, teaching kids. And you know, there's light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to focus on getting through that tunnel to find that light.
A patient of mine with dysautonomia sent me the book, and I read it cover to cover, and it was awesome. It explained everything that I'd suspected, and it also helped me look on the doctor side and refresh my memory of the autonomic system, and the patient side, which explained to patients in lay terms what's going on. So since then, this book has become my go-to for all my patients and my physicians.
So the book was a great starting place, but really the next step is to educate young doctors. And so that's why, in conjunction with the American Autonomic Society, we are going to start the residence course, which is an intense mini fellowship for young medical residents to learn about autonomic medicine from the top autonomic doctors in the world.
My name's Nicole Nesto. I'm a second-year medical student at LECOM. I know firsthand the devastation of dysautonomia. My best friend in high school, Christina Tornot, was the light in everyone's lives. Christina struggled with a bunch of health disorders, and namely, the biggest one being dysautonomia. She started to become really fatigued all the time. She was just really tired. She was struggling, she was having a difficult time, and ultimately that struggle was too much and she took her own life. I felt called upon to change my major. I decided I wanted to go into medicine. I wanted to pursue autonomic medicine, and I wanted to try and make a difference in people's lives like Christina's life. This residency course is amazing. As soon as I heard about it from Kelly, I went and I told all my classmates about it. I have a running waiting list of people waiting to hear more about it. I can't wait to apply, personally. I'm really looking forward to when I get to that point in my training that I get to be a part of something as awesome as that.
So the really cool thing about this course is that each of those residents are going to go back to their residency programs and educate the other residents who are in their program. So we're going to exponentially increase the number of young doctors able to diagnose and manage dysautonomia.
Hi, my name is Angela Hawkins. For several years, we watched our daughter struggle with dysautonomia, with debilitating symptoms that left her essentially bedridden.
And it's for that reason that we are so passionate and committed to the Dysautonomia Project. We don't want to see families struggle to find answers and treatment options across the country when none seem to exist. We have firsthand knowledge of what it's like to have a sick child and the impact on that child and the family.
We are raising money to spread this message as quickly as possible through our book and the upcoming residence course.
We can't do it alone. It's daunting. We're asking for your assistance to stand by us and help us. We know that the path to recovery and a cure is education. Education leads to diagnosis. Diagnosis leads to treatment. And treatment leads to the end of suffering for those who have dysautonomia. So we're asking you to get involved and help us fund this course. It truly is a game changer.